Right now, I've got an old loader, but it's not the answer for the season. I need something I can rely on. So I'm going to see Parker right now. I heard he just bought a whole nother mine. Got a bunch of equipment with it, so I'm hoping maybe he's got a spare loader, because need one bad.
Rick Ness lost everything. His money, his gold, and his good name. His ex, Leese Marie, didn't just leave. She may have taken a fortune with her. His mind was already in trouble, and then she vanished and spilled secrets online. Accusations of lies and theft spread fast, pulling Ness into a fight with his new crew member, Morgan Lauren. The chaos blew up, and now his whole career is on the line. Tune in, because if Ness doesn't fix this soon, he might lose it all forever. Gold, lies, and betrayal. Rick thought he had it figured out. He reunited with his ex-fiancée, thinking it was time for a fresh start, a second chance. But what started as a sweet reunion quickly turned into an absolute train wreck. Just days after Valentine's Day, of all days, his ex, Leese Marie, pulled the plug and didn't just leave quietly. She went all in, airing out their dirty laundry for everyone to see. And as if that wasn't enough, there are whispers that she might have walked away with more than just heartbreak, possibly a chunk of Rick's wealth and even some gold. But the real shock? Leese might have taken more than Rick's heart, way more. Morgan Lauren, the new addition to the mining crew. And from the moment she stepped onto the scene, rumors started swirling. Was she just another crew member, or was there something more going on?
Rick's looking for more crew right now. No one else is coming in, so I am feeling a bit of pressure. I can't do it all on my own.
Leese certainly seems to think the latter. In a fiery online meltdown, she accused Morgan of being the ultimate homewrecker, claiming she was spreading lies, stirring up drama, and trying to push Leese out of the picture. Then things got even crazier. Usually one to keep his head down and focus on mining, he jumped into the chaos himself. He went on social media, slamming Morgan and calling her out for making baseless accusations. He claimed she was just jealous and had no business inserting herself into his relationship drama. But Morgan wasn't about to just sit back and take it. She deleted his comment, then straight up blocked him. That move alone had people talking. Was she trying to hide something, or was she just sick of being dragged into the mess? Now the big question everyone's asking, did Leese actually leave him broke? The mining operation was already having a rough season, broken down equipment, a struggling crew, and gold numbers that weren't adding up. It was all going south before this personal disaster even hit. But with Leese's abrupt departure, fans started speculating. Did she just pack up and leave, or did she take something with her? And by something, we're talking cold, hard gold. There's no official confirmation, but the timing is suspicious. Their short-lived reunion cost him more than just emotional pain. It may have dealt a serious financial blow. Some fans even think Leese's sudden exit was a calculated move.
I know a lot of people up here are surprised, but they didn't get rid of me that easy. So
No, you're a survivor. I've said that to everybody. I have. No matter what, I've said the guy survives.
Maybe she knew exactly when to walk away, and maybe, just maybe, she didn't leave empty-handed. The drama isn't just hurting his reputation. It could be damaging his ability to keep mining at all. If things don't turn around soon, he might not just be dealing with heartbreak. He could be facing a financial disaster that takes him out of the gold mining game for good. And if that happens, Leese's exit won't just be another breakup. It'll be the moment that wrecked everything. Gold Rush fans will be watching every second of this downfall. The gold isn't the most interesting thing in his life. It's the wreckage he's left trying to dig himself out of. The collapse of the operation wasn't something that happened overnight. The writing had been on the wall for months, maybe even longer. Equipment failures weren't just bad luck. They were part of a larger pattern of mismanagement. He had been cutting corners, stretching resources thin, and relying on quick fixes instead of long-term solutions. The crew, loyal but increasingly frustrated, was doing their best to keep things running. But loyalty only goes so far when paychecks are late and resources are dwindling. Even before Leese came back into the picture, things were already in trouble. Some insiders claim that he had been dealing with financial strain for months. Mining isn't cheap, and with rising costs and unpredictable yields, a bad season can turn into a financial nightmare fast. But add in a volatile personal life, and that bad season turns into a disaster. Leese's return, initially seen as a fresh start, may have actually made things worse. She wasn't just a romantic partner. She had a presence in business affairs. Whether she had direct access to the finances or not, her influence was undeniable. Some sources suggest that decisions made during their short-lived reunion may have worsened an already shaky situation. Whether it was overspending, misallocating resources, or simply being distracted from running things properly, the impact was real. On top of everything else, there was also the psychological toll. Mining isn't just about skill and hard work. It requires focus and leadership. A distracted leader can mean the difference between a successful operation and a failing one. His mind wasn't on the gold, and it showed. Crew members started losing faith, investors got nervous, and before long, the operation was hanging by a thread. And then came the accusations. Leese wasn't content to just leave quietly. She took to social media, making sure everyone knew exactly how she felt. Whether her claims were true or not didn't matter. The damage was done. His credibility took a hit, and when your reputation is everything in this industry, that can be just as costly as losing actual gold. But was it just a case of emotional outbursts, or was there something deeper? Some fans speculated that Leese knew exactly what she was doing. If she had access to financials, even in the slightest way, she might have known just how precarious things were. And if she knew that, she might have chosen the perfect moment to walk away, ensuring she left on top while he was left scrambling. His troubles were just beginning. Money, career, and name were all on the line. Rick Ness on the brink. Regardless of the motives, the end result was the same. Rick found himself in a deeper hole than ever before. The drama overshadowed the mining, and the setbacks kept piling up. Every lost dollar, every broken machine, every failed attempt at salvaging the season just added to the nightmare. What started as whispers of trouble soon turned into full-blown speculation that he might not recover at all. And yet some still held out hope. Gold mining is unpredictable, and turnarounds can happen. If he could somehow pull off a miracle, if he could refocus, rally his crew, and find a way to turn things around, he might just salvage what's left of his career. But the odds? Not great. This wasn't just a bad season, it was a perfect storm of misfortune, and he was right at the center of it. The trouble didn't start overnight. Anyone following his journey knows that his mining career has been a whirlwind of highs and lows. But this season, the lows have hit an all-time bottom. His love life went up in flames, and his bank account isn't looking much better. But the most jaw-dropping part? Accusations that his ex didn't just break his heart, she may have broken his finances too. Rumors are swirling that she walked off with a serious chunk of his hard-earned gold, leaving him in a financial sinkhole. Whether there's any truth to it or just another chapter in a messy breakup saga, one thing is undeniable. He is in trouble. On top of the gold theft allegations, whispers are floating around that he may be stepping away from the cameras altogether.
You know Riley didn't come back? I mean, I don't know what the hell happened. I mean, he was working out real good in the truck, and then he just took off.
And you don't know when he's coming back? You didn't say anything? You haven't heard from him?
Some speculate that he's ready to take a break from the spotlight to focus on rebuilding his life and his finances. Others argue that all this drama could be the best thing that ever happened to him career-wise. Reality TV thrives on chaos, and his life is turning into a goldmine of controversy. If the network sees potential in turning his struggles into a comeback story, he could find himself more famous than ever. Whether that's a blessing or a curse remains to be seen. While his personal and financial disaster is enough to keep fans entertained, there's another mystery unfolding this season. Morgan Lauren, who became a fan favorite when she joined his crew in season 14, is nowhere to be seen. Her sudden disappearance has sparked countless theories, with fans questioning whether she left on her own terms or was pushed out by behind-the-scenes drama. The truth finally surfaced when Morgan released a video revealing why she walked away. Her reasons: the experience wasn't just draining, it was costing her money. That's right, being part of Gold Rush actually put her in the red. She explained that the financial strain combined with difficult working conditions made it impossible for her to continue. According to her, the production team wasn't exactly a dream to work with either. She described them as frustrating and hinted at behind-the-scenes tensions that made the job unbearable. While she wished him and the crew success, She made it crystal clear that she had no interest in returning. But is that really the full story? Some aren't convinced. Internet sleuths have been digging, and what they've found suggests that Morgan may have been caught in the middle of his ongoing war with his ex-fiancée. If the rumors are true, his ex has been throwing out some wild accusations, claims involving substance, reckless partying, and behavior that doesn't exactly scream responsible businessman. Morgan, in an attempt to defend him, allegedly told people not to believe everything they heard. That, however, may have backfired in a major way. According to online speculation, he didn't take too kindly to Morgan speaking out on his behalf. In fact, there are whispers that he turned on her completely. If that's the case, did she truly leave on her own? Or was she pushed out? And if she was pushed, was it his decision? Or did Discovery Channel step in to keep the show from turning into a full-blown scandal fest? The uncertainty surrounding her exit has only added fuel to an already blazing fire. One thing is for sure, Morgan is done with Gold Rush. She's made it known that she has zero interest in stepping back into the world of reality TV. Family, stability, and a legitimate career outside of television seem to be her priorities now. After witnessing the chaos that Gold Rush brings, it's not hard to see why she's choosing a different path. Reality TV is a brutal industry, and not everyone wants to stick around long enough to become just another casualty of the drama. But in the unpredictable world of Gold Rush, nothing stays settled for long. Comebacks, shocking twists, and unexpected second chances are the backbone of reality TV. Maybe down the road, Morgan will return, or maybe he will stage the ultimate redemption story. At this point, anything is possible. One thing that is certain, the drama surrounding him and his crew is keeping fans glued to their screens. Whether he finds a way to dig himself out of this disaster or sinks even deeper into chaos, viewers won't be looking away anytime soon. Gold Rush has always been about more than just digging up gold. It's about the struggles, the betrayals, and the jaw-dropping moments that make reality TV worth watching. And right now, he is at the center of it all. Whether he realizes it or not, his messiest moments might just be the thing that keeps Gold Rush more popular than ever. Just when he thought it couldn't get worse, it did. More debt, more drama. Accusations, debt, and a stolen fortune. When he decided to come back to mining, people were pumped. He had taken some time off, probably to get his life together, and now he was back with something to prove. But right out the gate, there was a red flag waving in the wind. He got back together with Leese. Their history wasn't exactly the fairy tale kind. Breakups, social media fights, and enough toxic fumes to pollute a whole mining site. People warned him. Fans told him. Even his own gut probably tried to scream at him. But nope, he dived in head first. Just a few weeks after Valentine's Day, Leese dipped, but not before setting off a full-scale explosion on social media. She threw out accusations like confetti at a pity party, claiming he was dealing with substance issues, was financially wrecked, and making reckless business decisions. And whether her claims were true or not, the damage was immediate. His reputation? Dragged through the mud. His supporters? Torn in half, some siding with her, some defending him. But the real kicker? The whispers that she didn't just walk out on him, she might have walked out with some of his gold. Rumors started flying that she swiped a chunk of precious metal before bouncing. And if that's true, we're talking about thousands of dollars vanishing overnight. He, of course, didn't exactly jump up to confirm or deny it, but the idea alone was enough to get people talking. And if Leese really did take off with a stash of gold, that's not just a personal betrayal. That's a legal nightmare waiting to happen. Gold mining isn't some backyard hobby, it's a tightly regulated business. Missing gold could trigger all kinds of ugly consequences, from network scrutiny to serious legal trouble. And speaking of legal trouble, there was already plenty of that circling around. One of the biggest concerns? The allegations of substance use. If authorities decided to dig into those claims and found anything solid, he could be looking at real consequences. Mining is dangerous enough when people are sober. If any proof popped up that he was operating heavy machinery under the influence, he could lose more than just his gold. He could lose his entire operation. He was already struggling with finances, and then he went and dropped $150,000 on a water pump that turned out to be useless for his operation. That's not the kind of mistake you make when your money situation is stable. Investors were already side-eyeing him before this, But now, they had to be seriously questioning if he had any idea what he was doing. Running a mining business isn't just about digging up gold. It's about making smart decisions. And he was stacking up bad ones like they were going out of style. Then came the water license disaster. Without a valid permit to mine at Duncan Creek, he was out of luck. The Yukon Water Board straight up rejected his application, essentially saying they didn't think he was capable of running a successful operation. That was a gut punch. No water license means no legal mining. And if he tried to push forward without it, he'd be looking at hefty fines and possibly even getting shut down completely. His problems didn't stop there. His mining crew, once loyal and hardworking, began questioning his leadership. With constant delays, unreliable equipment, and financial uncertainty looming over them, morale dropped to an all-time low.
We got to pivot fast. I've been thinking about where we can go, and I think that I want to go upstream and kind of stay on the same pay layer. I haven't done any poking around up there yet.
Some crew members considered walking away, worried that their paychecks wouldn't come through. If he lost their trust, he wouldn't just be fighting financial woes. He'd be fighting a one-man battle with no team to back him up. With all this mess piling up, the big question was, would Discovery Channel stick by him? Or was he becoming too much of a liability? Reality TV loves drama, but there's a fine line between good television and a total train wreck. If the network decided he was too much of a headache, they could easily cut him loose. Some people thought the controversy might actually work in his favor, turning a downward spiral into a redemption arc that fans would eat up. But that was a massive gamble. To even think about a comeback, he had to make some serious moves. First, he needed to clear his name. If Leese's accusations were bogus, he might go the legal route to shut them down, but that would invite even more eyes into his mess. And if there was even a hint of truth to them, then he had a whole different battle ahead of him. Then there was the water license issue. Without it, he was done. He had to get the right experts on his side, fix his business plan, and convince the authorities he wasn't just burning money and making reckless choices. And let's not forget the financial disaster he was facing. He had to prove to investors that he wasn't just throwing cash into the wind, or he'd be staring down lawsuits or bankruptcy before the season was even over. On top of everything, his reputation was on life support. For years, he was the guy people respected on Gold Rush. He worked hard, kept his crew in line, and dug deep even when the odds were against him. But now, he had to remind people who he was. And the only way to do that was through action, not just words. The road ahead wasn't just bumpy, it was practically crumbling beneath him. Lawsuits, financial chaos, and personal demons waited to pull him down. The investors who once believed in his vision were losing confidence, and the clock was ticking. His future in mining depended on whether he could rebuild his credibility and take control of his operation before it was too late. Whatever happened next, his story was far from over. The weight of his past decisions pressed down harder than ever. The consequences of his financial missteps, his personal entanglements, and his professional stumbles had all collided into one giant wreck. His only way out was through grit and a plan that didn't involve more reckless choices. Every move he made from this point forward would determine his fate. The people watching, from fans to network executives to potential business partners, weren't just looking for entertainment anymore. They were watching to see if he could prove them wrong, to see if he could claw his way back from the brink of complete disaster. Is Rick Ness a victim of betrayal, or is he the architect of his own downfall? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like and subscribe for more chaos, drama, and gold mining disasters.